Canada is to halt all arms shipments to Israel.
בשבוע האחרון קנדה הודיעה שהיא תעצור את עסקאות הנשק העתידיות לישראל.
I think the violence must stop.
שם הסתמכו בין השאר על עצומה של מומחים מטעם האו"ם, שטענו שמדינות שיספקו לישראל נשק עוברות על החוק הבינלאומי, כיוון שישראל מבצעת לכאורה פשעי מלחמה.
Ben Saul is UN Special Rapporteur on Human Rights and Counter-Terrorism and joins me from The Hague. Mr. Saul, good to have you with us.
מי שיזם את העצומה וקורא להטלת אמברגו נשק הוא פרופסור בן סול, הממונה הרשמי מטעם האו"ם לסוגיית מאבק בטרור, תוך שמירה על זכויות אדם. שוחחנו איתו מסידני.
If in response to 1,200 Israelis killed, Israel has killed or wounded over 100,000 Palestinian civilians.
According to Hamas,
I think clearly no country should be giving weapons or military aid or intelligence to Israel in those circumstances.
ומהנקודה הנחרצת הזאת, ברגע שנכנסים איתו לפרטים, נראה שסול לא ממש מתייחס לעובדות בשטח, למשל לגבי סוגיית הרעב ברצועה.
The reason that so many people are not receiving aid is not because of Hamas. It is Israel which is impeding an adequate flow of humanitarian aid. Before October 7, over 500 trucks a day were getting into Gaza. Now it's only 200.
Israel is saying it was 70 trucks before the war that entered Gaza for humanitarian purposes.
Well, that's not the figure given by the United Nations, so there's a disagreement about that.
Did you see the videos of Hamas militants actually steal the trucks? There was actually a footage of it yesterday on Al Jazeera.
I haven't seen that one. There is a risk that aid will be diverted to military actors. I mean, this is inevitable.
So if Hamas steals the food from civilians, doesn't it make Hamas responsible for the starvation, if there is one in Gaza?
It's a contributing factor, but that's not the main reason.
עם הזמן נראה שהמספרים לגבי ההרוגים האזרחים במלחמה הם חלק ממניפולציה של החמאס.
Do you believe the figures of the wounded and the dead civilians that the Ministry of Health of Hamas is presenting?
Look, nobody has been able to verify those figures. That's true. Independent studies have suggested that those figures are broadly accurate.
We saw that in Kamal Adwan Hospital in the northern part of Gaza, the numbers of female patients was 95% of all patients. So it seems quite a big error.
Look, I don't know enough about that particular incident to be able to comment.
ולמרבה הפלא, דווקא הממונה על תחום המאבק בטרור לא מוכן להיכנס להגדרות כשהוא מדבר על החמאס.
Would you consider Hamas and its political leadership to be a terror organization?
Well, look, that's not for me to say. I'm not a government. I don't declare organizations as terrorist or not.
But you're the expert on counterterrorism. Don't you think the definitions in this topic are quite important?
I'm the special rapporteur on protecting human rights while countering terrorism.
Do you believe that Hamas is protecting the Palestinian human rights inside the Gaza Strip while it's embedding itself inside the civilian population?
Hamas as a party to the conflict, of course, has an obligation itself to avoid locating military objectives amongst the civilian population. I mean, that's of course difficult when you're fighting urban warfare because there is nowhere else to fight. I mean, it's the problem of urban insurgency everywhere. Look at the Ukraine situation, for example. There has been lots of urban warfare. The famous Azov steel plant, which was where Ukrainian defenders made their last stand.
It wasn't a school or hospital.
Look, whether it's a civilian house or a factory or a school or a hospital, under international humanitarian law, they're all civilian objects.